They had me at Alien. Horror movie set in space. No lasers, no miracle tech, just people trapped with a monster. It's very basic. Beautifully executed, pun intended, instant classic, iconic, and genre-defining. Then Aliens. Moving slightly away from the horror, but adding more action. Different enough, but still maintain the spirit. Managing to make two different genres feel like they're still part of the same universe. More movies followed, with various success. And what do filmmakers do when they can't seem to take a franchise any further? They go backwards. The prequel, the movie that answers questions nobody asked. Now we know how Han Solo got his gun, where Indy got his scar. This is a journey to the beginning of the Alien franchise. No Ripley, no Bishop, no xenomorphs. This is Prometheus. First off, I just want to talk about the cinematography. Wow, right? Gorgeous! Go ahead, guys. I'll catch up. Most people get naked after they have the shots. Chug, chug, chug. Oh shit, he drank it. His mom's gonna freak. That wasn't so bad. I'm ready for hot ones. Ooh, diarrhea. No, my collectible bowl. He goes full Alka-Seltzer and dissolves in the waters of what will eventually become Flint, Michigan. 10 minutes later, Nestle starts bottling the water. His DNA recombines with some local goo, and life is created. Cut to a few million years later, archaeologists Elizabeth, played by Naomi Rapace, and Charlie, by Logan Marshall Green, unearth a star map drawn by ancient people. These match other maps drawn all over the world. This is parallel thinking on an Amy Schumer level.
An invitation.
That's kind of a stretch, isn't it? What if they're saying, stay away, do not go here?
Okay, so, do you have anything to back that up?
But it's what I choose to believe.
Pack your bags. Cut again to space, on board the Prometheus. So the crew wait out long travel times in suspended animation in pods. This is David, played by Michael Fassbender. Mandatory android crew member and another Alien franchise trope. As long as he doesn't start puking rotten milk. He keeps busy spying on the crew's dreams while they sleep. Putting their hand in warm water is a dick move. He also has a popular TikTok channel. Looks like they're here. Let's hit snooze for a few million miles, okay? Wakey wakey, space eggs and space bakey. First awake is Meredith Vickers, played by Charlize Theron. She works for the big bad corporation and is in charge of the expedition. The rest of the crew is awakened and we can finally have our briefing.
Wayland Corporation, building better worlds.
Guy Pearce is Peter Whalen, the big boss who couldn't be bothered to show up in person. Anyone who throws a Pokeball at me will be fired.
Doctors Holloway and Shaw, if you would please stand.
I love how the pre-recorded messages knows where they're sitting and looks right at them.
So you're saying we're here because of a map you two kids found in a cave, is that right?
Fair point, but didn't you read the job description? It said far travel, big bucks. May get consumed on a cellular level, but you gotta read the fine print, people.
They engineered us.
Do you have anything to back that up?
But it's what I choose to believe.
That's all it takes? Hey kids, Santa's real.
All personnel, this is the captain. Brace for entry.
They land near some artificial structures. Near being a relative term. You couldn't have parked closer? Suiting up, Charlie is kind of a dick to David.
You don't breathe, remember? So, wear a suit.
I think he's being... racist? What's racist against androids?
I was designed like this because you people are more comfortable interacting with your own kind.
What do you mean, you people? It's also meant to keep out any contaminations, Einstein. Keep pushing, I can see the head. Sorry, my personal space extends beyond the bubble. Why have pyramids when you can have giant boobs?
Prometheus? Are you seeing this?
Affirmative.
Now hold that shot for 3 minutes. I need some me time. They enter through what looks like the crawl space under every house. So even if they can't get in, they can at least confirm the foundation is termite free. Mr. Fifield is the mapping tech, so he whips out his balls. This is pretty cool. Stop howling, you're fogging up your bubble. So when we're done mapping the structure, I'll show you my colonoscopy.
Outside, it's completely toxic, and in here, there's nothing.
Air seems to be fine from this point, so the scientist decides to take his helmet off. You can also breathe in a room full of flu patients, but you'll regret it later. Call me a hypochondriac, but who knows what's in that water raining down on their faces? Everyone's lost their damn minds, so off with the helmets. We hired pretty actors, so we want their faces bubble-free. Finally, some signs of life. And apparently they do get Baywatch in space. David punches some buttons.
What was that?
David?
Why do you call me when something weird happens? Ghosts! The trail leads them to a closed door and a giant headless body.
No, I'm out of here.
Fifield is not the tough guy after all, so he and another guy head back to the ship. Come on, let's go back and drink beer and talk about hockey. Found the head. It may not be a room full of facehugger eggs, but it still seems familiar, doesn't it? Now, don't you wish you kept your helmets on? Y'all need to stop touching shit in here. Storms are coming, so grab the head and come on back. David takes a souvenir full of goo. Everyone busts their ass to get back to the ship, and Elizabeth gets her ass kicked by wind. But they manage to save the big giant head. Thank God, everyone's safe. Oh wait, they forgot someone. Kevin! Wasn't this guy in charge of mapping? How'd they get lost? But the storm is too bad, and not even Heimdall can get them there. Shouldn't have chickened out, dude. Meanwhile, in Spacehead Hospital...
I think it's a helmet.
So that's what happened to Midnight Oil.
I think we can trick the nervous system into thinking it's still alive.
They don't really know what they're doing, do they? He looks a little dry. Give me 50 cc's of gravy stat. There, he's getting a nice crust on him. Laying a course for Flavortown, Warp Factor 5. You're overcooking him. Do we have time for a dry rub? Back in the oven to broil for 2 minutes. How can we sleep when our heads are burning? Bet it's still cold in the middle.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
No, stop shipping these two right now. He's a robot and she's a bitch. David plays with his jug of goo. Just make sure you wash your hands when you fix the drinks, okay?
Pour yourself a glass, pal. Oh, alright, I almost forgot you're not a real boy, huh?
Alright, that was hurtful. Why is he a dick to androids? David needs to dish it back, man. Tom Hardy called. Even he gets you two mixed up.
You think we wasted our time coming here, don't you?
I don't know why he's so upset. They still found proof of engineers, just a few dead ones. He's throwing in the towel already? Drink up. No, you put your finger in it. I'm not drinking that. Did you not enjoy the tea I made earlier? You teabagged it, didn't you? With my hairless android scrotum. Alright, that wasn't bad. We almost forgot about these two. Still lost. Hi, honey, I'm drunk.
That there is nothing special about the creation of life, right? Anybody can do it.
I can't create life.
Oh, way to make everything about you. Come on, let's bone those tears away.
Why do you taste like an android's finger?
There must be something in the air because Vickers wants to bone as well.
My room. 10 minutes.
Is that when to be there or how much time he'll have?
Is that tobacco in your respirator?
Yeah, sure.
At least Fifield knows how to party. Look out, we're in a space cock farm of some kind.
Really? Okay, asshole, let's party. Oh no, I thought you wanted to play. Wait, where's your sense of wonder?
Acid for blood? Where have we seen that before? I swear this movie keeps ripping off... Oh yeah, it's the same universe. I seriously forgot this was an Alien prequel. Thanks, Helmet.
Oh, I'm sorry, am I invading your space?
Ugh, at least it didn't go through his eye. That still haunts me. The next morning, the afterglow is cut short when Charlie gets worm eye. Too bad they don't make condoms for eyes. He doesn't mention this to the rest of the team when they go back there.
Be careful, doctors.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not infected. While they look for our wayward dumbasses, David is on a solo mission. Just as they find one of them, Charlie starts getting sicker.
You look at me, you tell me what you see.
No, you look Fine, sweetie. Medic! I can't believe we raw dogged last night. Just Venom trying to take over. Shit, now even I can't tell. David is still on his task, pushing buttons and playing back more holograms.
Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, we did that joke already. Step 1, how to do everything. Hey, I know this planet.
It's a shithole.
Aw, quick. Put in another quarter. Laser Zeppelin is over, but David spots one of the engineers still alive in his pod. Meanwhile, Charlie's getting worse, and there's no time for lubricant. But Vickers has the cure. It's sort of a callback, or is that a call forward, to the quarantine segment in Alien. This time, someone follows protocol. A bit extreme, but probably for the best.
We need to run blood work on everyone who set foot in the pyramid.
You mean everyone who took their helmets off?
Have you and Dr. Holloway had any intimate contact recently?
And please describe in as much detail as possible. Did you take pictures?
You're pregnant.
She's 3 months pregnant, which is supposed to be impossible. Either the baby isn't human, or she got super fertile from such close proximity to Idris Elba. Ladies?
Get it out of me. Get it out of me!
She's newly single. She doesn't need this right now. Pro-lifers, look away. Liz goes to the ship's automatic robot surgeon. She has to manually tell it what to do. Alien babies always grow faster than those little foam dinosaurs you put in water. The machine is pretty effective. It's out of the network, so this'll cost her $11 million. And man, this woman is hardcore. She yanks out her umbilical cord. There go the hands.
Are you my mommy?
She's stapled up and good to go.
Why do you hate me, mommy?
Fifield shows up, slightly more compact and a lot more hostile. I guess he ran out of weed. He takes out a bunch of red shirts before he's finally taken down himself. Well, look who's alive and kicking, as well as a 200-year-old guy can. He wants to meet the engineers himself. Maybe they can fix this whole dying problem? Have you tried not being 300 years old? You might be wondering why Guy Pearce is in that weird old man makeup. Why didn't they just cast someone the right age? There were originally some scenes with a younger Mr. Wayland, but they were cut. I know she just cut an alien squid penis baby from her guts, but at least she's got no eye worms. Hey, I hear you're single now. We're off to see Space Wizard. Hey, we know that ship. They try to wake up the one living engineer.
I was wondering who would wake first. You're not my 9 a.m. wake-up call.
David tries talking to him. Liz gets away. Her incision must be clapping like a Muppet's mouth by now. Everyone else is dead or dying. They were going back to Earth when they were interrupted by their weapon getting out of control. Now it's game on. The alien ship is headed back to Earth, but there's only one way to stop it. Vickers bails to join her lifeboat. I don't know why she didn't just hop in her lifeboat.
Alright, gentlemen, let's do it.
Prometheus is toast, but they successfully bring down the alien ship right on top of our 2 remaining women. Enough has been said about them not running out of the way, so I'm just gonna do this. Oh wait, this is where she left Junior. The engineers are coming and he's pissed. But she's ready.
Leave my mommy alone! I know she tried to get rid of me, but I forgive her because I love her. And you don't lay a finger on her, got it? Bye-bye, mommy, love ya. Gotta impregnate this guy's face now.
Do I need to censor this? That's my boy.
Where's my cross?
The pouch in my utility belt.
Utility belt? Yeah, I keep it next to my batarangs. Liz and David take another alien ship and leave. Instead of going back to Earth, they set out to find the engineers for answers, because that worked out so well the last time. One last bit of business, we need to see what happened to this guy. Well, it's kind of a xenomorph, I guess. Think of it as a prototype.
Mommy, Mommy! Mama! Mom! Mom!
That was Prometheus. Despite the constant callbacks and references, I keep forgetting this was an Alien movie. The filmmakers obviously wanted to avoid retreading too much, wanted to go in a different direction, and explore more philosophical concepts. Creation, who should create, and what happens when your creation turns on you. There's a science versus religion undertone to this, but instead we focus on the creators of the xenomorph, the engineers. Mostly absent from the movie until the third act, they're a mystery. A few assumptions that are made by the few people who don't speak the language. It's kind of confirmed when David tries talking to him. You know a major thing I find appealing about Alien? The crew. They felt like real people, real space truckers, co-workers with genuine relationships. Watching them die was rough. I really didn't get a sense of that from this bunch. You get a group of characters and character traits that never really gelled. Elizabeth has faith, sorta. Charlie is a hot dog scientist who's rude to androids. Vickers was so cold and robotic there were several theories online that she was another android. Idris Elba, well, he's awesome in just about everything, no complaints here. Then there's a group that literally does nothing but die. When Charlie, half of our main couple, was torched like a s'more, I really didn't feel anything. The makeup and effects are amazing, and gross at times. The sets are alien, pun intended, and the human side feels realistically practical. Even that sci-fi robo-abortion felt a little too real. Hands. Prequels usually have the burden of being interesting when the audience already knows what's ahead. So we have to go further back, tackle a parallel storyline, or focus on a distant character from the lore. We look at Mr. Whalen, the big boss of the villainous corporation behind the Alien movies nobody asked about. We get a peek at the never-before-mentioned engineers, the people behind the xenomorphs, and possibly our own creation. I like the discovery nature of the plot. The mystery kept me wondering how everything would tie in, and while they did, there still seemed to be a disconnect between this and this. No xenomorphs, but here's an alien with a mouth within a mouth. So it's like a xenomorph, but not. Prometheus is 3 Bs. A well-made, well-performed, absolutely gorgeous movie with a terrific soundtrack. But it falls flat as a prequel. Compared to Ripley, Bishop, and Newt, this comes off as a bit hollow. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment the bell, usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles!